We only have a few weeks left until the new year, and you already know what that means. New year, new me, right? Wrong. That's actually a lie, and I'm going to tell you why. What's up, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Her Clarity Space, the space where we put clarity over chaos and we face the truth so that we can get to real solutions. I am your girl, Jess, and I am the facilitator of this safe space that we call home. Now, I hope you're comfortable, and if you aren't, make sure you go ahead and grab your wine, your water, and your blanket, your coffee, whatever it is that you need to get in the mood, because we are about to get into it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about preparing for the new year, because we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves, feeling like we have to be this brand new person when we get into the new year, as if we wake up and when it's January 1, 2026, we're just supposed to magically be this new person that we haven't been working towards, that we haven't made any changes for, that we haven't created any new habits for. We're just going to wake up and we're going to be a brand new person. But I think we all know that life doesn't work like that. And I honestly can't understand why we continuously go through the cycle of letting ourselves down. And it's like the end of the year comes and we forget how we let ourselves down the beginning of that year. And we go into it like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this time. I gave up the beginning of this year. I fell off February 1st, and now it's December. I've been off the wagon this whole time, but now that January 1st is coming back around, I'm going to get back on the wagon, and I'm going to stay on that wagon. I'm not going to give up, because even though the past 10 to 11 months, I have not been consistent. I have not been showing up, but magically I'm going to wake up on January 1st and I'm going to be a brand new woman. That is a lie. That is a lie. And that's something that we've been doing since I can remember. We've been doing that since I can remember. And majority of the people that do that, they always tap out. They never really see it through, because the truth is, if you know that there's changes that you need to make, you don't need to wait until next year. You don't need to wait until next week or next month. You don't need to wait until tomorrow. You need to start making those changes today. And if you're not dedicated to making positive changes for your life today, what makes you think you're going to be dedicated to making them when the new year comes? Something that I recently understood and realized about making plans and working towards your goals, something that I recently realized. I've really been getting into more of my feminine, I would say something like a soft girl era. Not so much like, oh, I got to keep my nails done and stuff like that, but soft girl era as to where I want to make my life easy. And I realized the best way for me to make my life easy is surrendering to the things that I know that I need to do for myself. Surrender to the things I know that I need to do for myself. So what does that look like? Soft life. That looks like, hey, I know that certain foods make me bloated. I know that going through that drive-through inflames the hell out of my body. So the easiest thing for me to do, it may seem inconvenient in the moment, but the best thing for me for the long run is for me to prep my food. And not only am I going to prep my food, if I go to work like I did today and leave my lunch on the counter like I did today, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have a backup plan of some kind of restaurant that's nearby that serves some kind of healthy food. We have to make plans. I think that we enjoy romanticizing the goals, but not romanticizing the process. Like, if you have a goal Find something that's within the process for you to romanticize, so you can fall in love with the process. Because the thing about it is, I don't care how much you love a goal, you're never going to get to that goal if you hate everything about the process. It's like one of those, you're looking at it, you're like, man, I would love to have that. It's kind of like, let's say you want to buy a car. You want to buy this fancy car, and they're like, hey, you can get this car, but your credit score needs to at least be above 750, right? But let's say that you haven't been able to make it out of the 500 range. So to you, in your scarcity mindset, and that's no shade, because I've been there, and I'm slowly coming out of having that scarcity mindset where all of my major goals seem so far away and so hard for me to reach that it's like I give up and I quit. That's a scarcity mindset. When you're like, oh, that would be great to have, but I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm just going to settle for what's right here. So back to the car. You want this car. It's your dream car. Credit score has to at least be a 750. You've always been in the 500s. Can't seem to get out of it. So you're like, you know what? I've been trying to get my credit out of the 500s for the past 10 years and nothing works. Nothing works. So you know what? I'm just going to get this. I'm just going to get this Honda. Because you know what? Honda is going to take my 500. Honda is going to take my 500, and I am going to leave that Mercedes right there where it is, because 750 is just too hard for me. I would love to have that car. Oh my God, I love how the leather seats feel on my skin when I sit on it. I love how the seat automatically adjusts to how I like to sit when I get in it. I just love everything about this car. I've romanticized the car, but I have not romanticized the process for me to get the car. Romanticize how good it's going to feel for you to make them on-time payments. Romanticize how good it's going to feel for you to slowly keep seeing your credit score creep up every single month. Romanticize how nice it's going to feel when you start getting things in the mail and seeing that you're now qualifying for things that you've been constantly told no to for as long as you can remember. Romanticize being a better adult. Romanticize being responsible. Romanticize being consistent. Romanticize leveling up. We have to romanticize the process. And it's crazy because I realized this. I've been having a lot of realizations recently. I realized this recently while I was in the gym. I was literally like pushing the weights, like, oh my gosh, like I hate this. And I caught myself because I always think about how I want to feel, how I want my body to feel. I've always been a plus size girl. And I often think about like how good it would feel to have this weight off of me. But every time I'm going to the gym, I'm telling myself how much I hate it. Every time I have to meal prep, I'm telling myself how inconvenient it is for me to try and figure out how much food I need for this day and how boring it is to constantly eat the same food every single day. And I'm blocking myself. I'm blocking myself because I've made it to where I just hate the process. And because I've hated the process for so long, at least I told myself that. And I think I honestly do it out of habit, because once I actually get in the gym and I get going, I actually enjoy it. But I also realize that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Do your own thing. That's another thing I had to realize. Like, I don't have to go in the gym and work out like everybody else does. Do what works for you, even if you're going in there doing the same thing every single day. Every single day. And I know they say, don't just do cardio. But if cardio is your strong point, and if sticking to cardio is going to help you be consistent, then you keep doing the cardio. And once you fall in love with being in the gym, then you can start adding in the tougher things, the things that you quote unquote hate. Because now it's like, oh my gosh, like I just got to do these weights for a little bit, but I can't wait to get on this treadmill because this is the part that I love. Save the treadmill for last. Do the things that you don't like first. And then like, okay, I zone out. I listen to all my favorite podcasts, my audiobooks. When I'm on the treadmill, I get so much stuff done. I can focus. My Bible verses, whatever it is that you do when you're on that treadmill, that is what you look forward to. So try not to focus so much on the goals that seem to be further away. Focus on the goals that you can get that day. And this is for all of my girlies that are a little bit addicted to dopamine. It's going to help you, because if you're like, oh my gosh, like we're going to stick to the treadmill. I did the treadmill. Not only did I do the treadmill today, I did it for an extra 15 minutes. You are going to feel so good about yourself. You're going to have such a natural high. You're also going to be hitting those goals, but you're also working towards getting towards your bigger goal, because you're romanticizing the process and not just the goal. So I'm telling y'all, whatever your goal is, write down step by step what you need to do to get there, and find the parts that you can do that you can actually enjoy, and look forward to those. Make sure you implement those into your daily schedule. Okay, now I have to address my procrastinators. A lot of y'all are addicted to planning for the new year because you just enjoy procrastinating. It's your thing. You're the person that's always waiting for the next month or the next week or the next year. You're that person. You're the person that's waiting until the last minute to get things done. So you enjoy putting things off until the last second. That's just what you do. But we have to break those habits because it's not sustainable for the long term. That may work for you for little things that you have to get done for yourself, maybe around the house or things like that. But the thing about being a procrastinator, you never take into consideration all of the other moving parts that you have no control over. I'll speak for myself. I know it takes me approximately 24 minutes to get to work. And I will literally be walking out the house 30 minutes before it's time for me to get to work. I'm not taking into consideration if there's traffic. I'm not taking into consideration if this is around the time that school lets out, so the school buses are holding the stop signs out for about 5 minutes too long. I'm not taking into consideration the weather. I'm not taking any of those things into consideration. So what ends up happening? I end up being late. Now, the only thing that makes this a little bit different is because I'm not going to stop going to work because I keep being late, because I need my check. But also because I rely on my job for my check, I have that placed higher on my priority list. So if going to the gym, meal prepping, walking, drinking your water, if all of those things are low on your priority list and you keep procrastinating to get them done, eventually you're going to stop doing them. You're going to stop doing them because there will always be something that's going to possibly happen that you have no control over. And it's going to frustrate you. It's going to frustrate you. If going to the gym and journaling, reading, whatever it is that you need to do, if it's not high on your priority list and you're a procrastinator, it's only a matter of time before you quit. I don't know why. That's just how it is. If you have any further questions, maybe you want to talk to a therapist. Now let's get into my final point. Planning for the new year is such an emotional response. And I recently learned in therapy that speaking for myself, I have a problem with allowing my mind and my emotions to collaborate. A lot of times we talk about managing emotions and managing your thoughts, but not allowing them to collaborate. Now, this is why I bring this up. I just said that planning for the new year is an emotional response. And it actually is, because it's bringing you excitement. You're like, oh, I'm going to be different. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to be fine by the summertime. You're getting yourself hyped up because of all of these goals that you feel like you're going to hit come the new year. But you never allow yourself to tap into your logic and say, okay, how am I really going to let this happen? How am I really going to make this happen? What is really going to be required of me to make this happen? Because if you did allow yourself to do that, one or two things will happen. Either you'll come down off of that emotional high of making these grand plans for the new year and say, you know what? I probably can't stick to that, but this is something that I can stick to. So you'll then revise your plan to something that not only you can see as being more attainable for you, but once you see it being attainable for you, you won't want to wait for the new year to get started. Instead of you saying, you know what, I'm not going to eat sugar, I'm not going to eat bread, I'm not going to eat pastas, I'm not going to do this, I'm only eating 1,000 calories a day. Instead of you restricting yourself so much, and give yourself a little bit of leverage and be realistic with yourself. Allow your logic to tap in and allow your logic and your emotions to collaborate. You can bring them together and make a sufficient plan. So we're going to talk this through together. I'll use myself as an example. I have a goal that by April the 1st, I want to be down at least 30 pounds. That is very realistic to me. First, the reason why is because I've done it before. I know that I can do it. I've actually lost the weight in less time. So I added on an additional month compared to the time that I did it before, because I know how we slip back. I know how sometimes we fall off the wagon for a little bit. And so being that I'm trying to get myself to do something that I did when I was in my 20s and I'm now in my mid 30s, I'm giving myself a little bit of breathing room and I'm being more realistic with my goals. So what did I do? I plugged my goals into ChatGPT. I absolutely did. It's so important that we be resourceful. I'm going to take this moment to encourage you to not be afraid of technology, because it's with us now and you might as well take advantage of it. You might as well take advantage of it. Talking to chat is no different from you talking to Siri. So utilize your resources. That's all I have to say. Utilize your resources. I plug my goals into chat. I tell chat what my issues are. I told chat, hey, I'm suffering from high blood pressure. I get inflamed easily. And I have low iron. I told chat to help me create not only a list of foods that I should stay away from that would make the things that I'm experiencing worse, because it's easier for me to X off things that I need instead of making this long list of things that I should consume. So if you give me all the things that I need to stay away from, then I know that I can consume everything else that is not that. So that is what works best for me. And you have to do what works best for you. So I asked chat, give me a list of things that I need to stay away from. Okay. Then I asked chat, now create a grocery list for me weekly and then break the grocery list down by meals. And it spit it out. It told me you need 1 pound of this, these many eggs, this, and that. And then it even gave me variations for the different meals that I can eat each day, because I told it that I get bored with food. So it gave me a grocery list of different foods that I can mix and match and make different meals, maybe not every day, but probably every 2 days. And I can prep them. Next thing I asked for it to do, I asked for it to create a list of workouts by day. I told it how long I wanted to be in the gym, and I told it to make it very simple for me. I told it to give me exercises that are easy for me to repeat. So it's not anything too strenuous, not anything. It's something that I could do by myself. It's something that I won't have a problem doing, doing repeatedly. And it created it for me. Now I have the blueprint. I have the plan. And once again, you go in there and you tell it, hey, whatever exercises you enjoy doing, I enjoy doing this. Make sure you incorporate this into my plan at least 3 times a week. Because my minimum goal to get to the gym is 3 times a week. I would love to go 5 days a week. But if I hit 3 days, we're good. So we're going to at least incorporate the thing that I love to do at least 3 days a week, because I'm going to be looking forward to doing that. And it doesn't even have to be in the gym. I saw this one girl on TikTok, and she was saying she lost so much weight because she started playing pickleball, and she loves pickleball so much that she plays it for about 3 to 4 hours a day. She loves pickleball so much, she plays it about 3 to 4 hours a day. She romanticized her process. Of course, she wanted to be healthier. I don't really know if it was her goal to lose weight, but if it was, she got to her goal by doing something that she loved. So we have to remember to romanticize the process, you guys. So we're not working towards being a new you. You just want to be the same you, but a better version of you. And when you put that in your mind, you'll understand that it doesn't have to be a major change. Start with something small, and it's okay to build on it. You don't have to have all of your plans set by the new year. Just start out with something small that you can stick to. Stack it. Stack your goals. Try that. I haven't tried that. That's something that just came to my mind. When you think about how they tell you to fix your credit and to do the snowball method, try that with your goals. Create a long list of goals and list them out from your smallest goals to your biggest goals and snowball them. Snowball them. Just try different things and see what works. But I want to leave you guys with this. You are an amazing person. You just need a few little tweaks. I don't know what those tweaks are. The person sitting next to you doesn't know what those tweaks are, but you know what those tweaks are. God knows what those tweaks are. And I want you to really take a moment to reflect and be honest with yourself. I know a lot of times we're so afraid to face ourselves, and we're so afraid that we just choose to ignore things. But I want you to go and stand in the mirror, and I want you to look at yourself. And before you do anything, I just want you to sit and look at yourself. And then I want you to say all the things that you love about yourself, all the things that you wouldn't change. And then I want you to say all of the things that could use some tweaking. And do not get this misconstrued. It does not have to be physical things. That is why I want you to actually look at yourself and assess, so that you can see the full you. What is it that you know that you want to change for you, for nobody else? Figure out what it is. Because sometimes the changes that we need aren't as big as we think. We're just so influenced by the outside world that we think we have a lot of work to do, but we really don't have as much as we believe, because we've already come a long way. So I want you to take it easy on yourself. Be honest with yourself. Take it easy on yourself. After you do it, maybe you could pray about it, journal about it, create a voice note about it, whatever it is you need to get it out. Or even if you just want to say it to yourself just that one time in the mirror and leave it right there. You do what works best for you. But I just want to remind you that you don't need a new you. You just need a better you. Until next time, This is her clarity space.